Alrighty then, I think we are good. I'll just turn the volume of this music down slightly because it's a bit loud. And that'll be it. Alrighty then, alrighty then. Oh, thank you, PC. I don't want split screen. Okay. I forgot to bring my water cap, so we're going to use a small one. So I forgot to bring in most of my brushes, apparently, which are still in the kitchen from not having been cleaned. I need to make sure I bring my brush soap back later. Righty then. Just trying to remember where I left it with things. It's changed from last time. I'm not sure if it's any better or not, but we'll find out. Yeah. So this dude is a bit brighter at the moment than his mate, so we'll let's take a fresh wet palette sheet, because I should also really replace this sponge because this is a little bit rank, but for now we'll turn it over and then we'll put a new sponge in next time, because I've got one. I think it's over there, but apologies, I should really have prepped all of this before I started the stream, but I didn't want to take the mic with a 10-minute stream starting soon announcement. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing that people enjoy, so alright, we are gonna go Evil Sun Scarlet. I'm gonna get these lovely little pants sort of skirt thingies layered up. I ordered some mixing bowls today, and I also ordered the matte primer that I said I needed to order. I'm proud of myself. And the matte primer, the matte varnish rather. I also ordered some emotes, which should be delivered in the next few days. So hopefully the next stream will have fresh emotes. Oh, that's my phone. Put that out of the frame. Better. Now I still feel like the saturation or the color brightness. Oh well. You'll have to deal with it. Oh no. Well, I say oh no, it's not exactly drama, it's just not quite right. Better? I know my microphone is in the frame now though, which is not ideal. I really need to just have a permanent position for the camera, but it and I know technically that'll do. Technically it's it should just be staying in one position and I not have to worry about it, but it's a bit awkward when there's two of us in here and things moving around. Gotta say, I do like these red boys. They are very fun to paint. Even if I feel a little bit bad for them every time I pick them up. It's one of those, it's like, they did not have a good time. Literally bursting out of your skin. Not ideal. I'm very tempted to, excuse me, to immediately go one layer lighter, but I've got two rat boys to paint, so I can just stay on the same colour for now. And go to a brighter highlight after this, because yeah, I know what I'm like. I'll end up switching between these models like 20,000 times. And this dude has not had any skin highlights yet, so he's looking decidedly A little bit like me when I've been in the sun for too long. It is not a good look. Really, I should. If this guy's done, put that there. Then we'll have something in focus. Ish. Shake, shake. Shake that paint pot. Walk some more. I do like these rats. They make me happy. I feel bad for them because they are not having a good time, but that's yeah, that's just my my own hang-ups about animals. I feel a little bit sad for them. They're essentially just really uncomfortable all the time by the looks of it, but they're making everyone else in the world feel even worse, so I guess they get their revenge. It's a tiny bit of brightness over on the cloth, and then I think I'm gonna call that cloth done. Ish. Chances are I'll find something in a minute that I still want to touch up, but yeah. That'll do, pig. That'll do. What armies do I like to play? Hi, Oprah Smash. Thank you for joining. I must admit, I don't really play very often. My main army is Sylvaneth. Really enjoyed painting that. Must admit, most of the time I actually just paint. My friends and partner keep trying to get me into playing. I'm sure I will, especially with now that combat patrol is a thing. So it's not so so massive anymore. It feels like because I have a very short attention span. I don't really I'm not very good, not very good at staying focused on one thing for a long time. So yeah, that. And if I have to sit through someone else's turn while they're rolling 16 dice and saves and stuff, it just, yeah, doesn't really appeal to me. How about you? What do you play? Or do you play it? I mean, assuming you do, if you've tuned into Warhammer streaming. Have you got any armies that you play? Skull instead. Shaking my pots. We've got quite a few armies in our in the cupboard behind me. You can't see it anymore because I've got my like my NVIDIA broadcast fake green screen thing open, but we've got some Stormcast and what else do we have? Tyranids. Quite a lot. I started a Deepkin army. I bought a bunch of bits from someone I work with. He started an army and then didn't like it, so he was gonna sell it. And it's like, I'll take them off you because it sounds good. You play Marvel Crisis Protocol. Don't like games where too crunchy. And then you go, yeah, no, I get that. It takes so long, and I think that's why Combat Patrol is so popular now, because it's really you don't have to wait for everyone's 16 activations. You can actually just one by one. Yeah, it doesn't take as long anymore. I hear a lot of good things about that because I'm like you, it just doesn't appeal to me sitting there waiting for someone else to spend 15 minutes doing their turn. It's just a bit boring. What did you? What brought you onto my stream? If you don't play Warhammer, that seems like quite a leap. I appreciate you hanging out with me. It's always nice to have someone to talk to, so I'm not talking to myself. It always feels feels a little bit sad. I know next to nothing about Marvel Crisis Protocol. I haven't played any of that. I'll Google it later, I think, just to see what it is exactly. Unless you fancy enlightening me, which would also be appreciated. Games Workshop games are nice. You never have trouble finding someone to play with, but if you'd rather play it alone at home. Yeah, that's true. And I guess there's now that there's a lot of options for like digital war games as well. Quite a lot of options to play these games with like with people who also want to play, but also maybe live farther away from you. You should be able to find online partners to play. But you're right. It's I must admit, it's for me, it's the painting is the main thing. So I'd much rather do that in the relative calm of my garage with my dog than sit around waiting for someone else to play their turn. I'm lucky that some of my friends, they like Warhammer as well, so they've got their armies and they come around here quite regularly. Well, I say quite regularly. One of them lives quite far away, lives in Wales. It's a bit of a hike to Suffolk. But the other one doesn't live too far away, and they come here and they play like Combat Patrol with my partner quite a lot, and it's nice because it means that the models that we spend so long painting actually get used, so that is quite nice. I always feel like that's nice for for the effort that you've put in. And plus, they really enjoy it. They like playing the games, so I can't really fault them for that. Yeah, it's nice. Whereabouts in? Are you in the UK or are you where are you based? We have quite a few nice hobby stores in our area where they host like tournaments and things as well. And I think they do like Marvel as well. And I know they do loads of card games. I've seen them host like Yu-Gi-Oh games and Magic and all kinds of stuff. So sometimes it's also a matter of just finding like a local store or something where other people play the games that you like to play. You saw me in a miniatures and models category. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's I'm so happy that they added that that category because it's so much more accurate than than the just art. It used to be. You're in the States. Oh right, yeah. It's yeah. I saw it like I think it was the end of last week or something. It had a few of my the people I follow on like Twitter and Instagram. They had they were raving about the new category. And I've only just gotten into streaming myself. I got affiliate I think last week, so it's all very very new still, and I always found it a bit weird that there was no miniatures or anything like that category. It just felt like a bit of an oversight, but it's nice that it's yeah, nice that they've added it. Makes me happy. Makes me feel like I'm posting my channel in the right place. That's always nice. What time is it where you are now? Are you like getting ready for work, or have you just finished work, or are you just hanging out, or go to school, or? Sorry if I'm asking too many questions. Just tell me to shut up. I just get curious when I meet new people. I just like to know about them. Nice because it covers Gundam and scale models too. Yeah, exactly. I got my partner a Gundam model for, I want to say, his birthday, I think, earlier this year. And coming from Warhammer and building Warhammer models, he's been, yeah, he found the change quite a bit daunting because it's so precise and so well thought out compared to Warhammer. It's a lot neater and better. 1:30, you're off from work recovering from surgery. Oh no, are you okay? What? I mean, I'm glad you're recovering, so I suppose you are okay, but it's healing is expected, no complications. Oh, that's good. That's always such a worry after surgery, like infections and stuff. Like, it's always great. Like, oh yeah, fantastic, surgery went well. Here, have an infection. So I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Here in the UK, we always hear the horror stories of American healthcare and health insurance and stuff. I hope that's not an issue for you, because that adds a whole other layer of worry about, well, around the recovery and, well, the actual procedure as well, so. Yeah, of course. The cute little emote, I'll have to remember that. I ordered some new emotes for my channel from the person who did my last ones, and hopefully I should get them in the next couple of days. I think they did a really good job on the last ones. I think they're very cute. They really capture my little dog very well. He's a cute boy, so currently asleep behind me, which is nice. Yeah, we did agility yesterday. Insurance is pretty bad here. Luckily you have really good insurance. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, it's almost like hard to comprehend for people who live in the UK or in Europe, where health insurance is well, everyone has insurance, and if you don't have insurance, in the UK there's the NHS, and the NHS is essentially a centralised government-funded-ish service for anyone who needs any kind of treatment. So even if you don't have insurance, you can still get treatment and not end up in crippling debt. What kind of dog? He's a German Spitz. I will. Let me see. I've got a picture of him that I posted on the Black Dog Gaming Discord. Black Dog Painting, rather. Pet pics. I'll put the invite to the. That's the Discord. He's a German Spitz, and he's very black and very fluffy. He's very I love him to bits. He's very good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. They're getting there. I've finished one a while ago. I was like, it's time to paint the next ones. And I get very caught up in too much detail. So things take a long time when I paint, but it's my way of unwinding. And had a really shit day at work today, like probably one of the worst ones I've had in a long time. So whilst I mostly just wanted to go to bed, grab like a tablet and watch the British Bake Off, I was like, no, I should do the stream the way I planned to, and much nicer. Do I know what the story is on those green rocks embedded in the skin? I must admit, I haven't really haven't really read up on the lore the way I should have, considering I'm painting the army. I think they're all like these guys, and I don't know where my clan rats have gone. I painted a bunch of clan rats as well. That I think they've probably gone into the cupboard. I think they're like some sort of like fell energy state thing, and it like mutates them. Because these guys, they're not they're not supposed to look like this. Obviously, they're supposed to like be little clan rats. Sorry to hear about work. I tend to have more of those. Yeah, I'm the same. And for me, the problem is that my job itself, or the actual job, isn't even bad. I feel like I don't really have a reason to really complain. I've built myself a lovely little like gilded cage with I work part-time at the moment. And I can take my dog to work with me. So getting a different position with those kind of benefits is going to be difficult. So I feel like I'm kind of stuck. Like my ultimate, like proper ultimate dream would be to open my own hobby store. Because I used to work in a sort of like a bookshop in the Netherlands where I lived before I moved to England. And I love that. I love being able to like interact with people and help them choose. If they weren't sure, like, oh well, what book should I buy or whatever. I always loved being able to have that like social interaction with people. And now I'm on my own in a fairly large empty office most days. Because my boss is out and about in meetings and racing around the country to try and get more jobs in and stuff. It can be a bit lonely and a bit frustrating, but it's still good. It's not a bad job. I don't hate the job. I just sometimes hate it. And today was one of those days where everything seemed to go wrong first thing in the morning, and it just felt really shit. So no, it's nice that I'm home and I can do my painting and hang out with other people who like to paint or who enjoy watching people paint or who just like to hang out or whatever, and just sort of recharge, because I know I'll have to face the same thing again tomorrow. So it's nice to be able to unwind for a bit. I just wish I didn't have to unwind, that is. Much nicer if I just came home and re-energized. And it's like my best friend back in the Netherlands, we met working for the same boss in that bookshop, and he went and found a job in a camera like studio. He's been a photographer for most of his years, so he's most of his life he's loved it, and now he gets to do it for work. So he's quite happy there, and I would like to do something that makes me feel happy after I come home. Sounds nice being in an empty office. Your work is so loud and busy, it never stops having. Yeah, you kind of want the middle ground, like have like maybe 3 other people there. So you sometimes, if you want to have a bit of a chat, then you can. It's just I know both sides. I've worked in busy offices with like in a IT support team. I used to supervise an IT support team, and that was very noisy, very loud. Didn't ever stop, and I was like, oh, it's fantastic. I get this. I get to like be alone in this office building. It's been nice and quiet, and most of the time it is, and I can put the radio on and listen to my own music. But you're also very alone with your thoughts, and on the quieter days when it's not very busy, it's a long day. Running a shop would be fun. Yeah, I am. Back in the Netherlands, I was like the manager of that one of those shops. Was my boss had, I believe, three shops, the same brand, at the same time, at that time. And I ran one of them. And being able to sort of help decide what we sold, like what kind of products we would offer, and because we had this shelf, like a wall with gifts and stuff, where they were kind of like novelty gifts, so that if people who forgot to buy a birthday present or something, they could come in and buy something that someone actually be happy with, like quite a cool mug, or just trying to think of, I like some salad spoons, like there are two just big bunny ears, so you put them in your salad bowl and there's just two big ears sticking out of your bowl. I bought those myself because I thought they were really fun. And really nice books and stuff, so I always read, I've always read in English. And we didn't really have much of an English section, but we're getting more and more English speaking customers because the area was just, quite a few expats and tourists and stuff. So I got to sort of flesh out the English section in the shop, which was nice. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I just had a good time. The only thing I didn't like was we also sold alcohol and like lottery things, so scratch cards and like the state lottery tickets and stuff, which sounds fun until you see the same people every day buying like scratch cards. We had this one old guy who used to come in a couple of times a month, usually after he just had his old age pension, his pension. And he would spend like 60-70 euros on scratch cards, and I'd be so excited that he'd won £5 so he could go buy some, or €5 so he could buy some bread. I'm like, man, you just literally spend 70 euros here. What are you talking about? But yeah, that you get very a bit jaded, a little bit bitter, because we actually at one point talked to our boss about it because it was making us miserable. So we set a limit of like £50 on purchasing of scratch cards, so we could actually refuse him. And I know he was just going to go to across the road, just buy him somewhere else, but at least I didn't feel like I was enabling his crippling addiction. But I loved it. It was really nice, especially the regular customers. You learn what they buy, so you have it ready for them when they come in, or you see them walking down the street and you grab their pack of cigarettes and their drink and stuff, and they have it ready for them when they walk in. And have a little bit of chat when they rush through the door and back out. Yeah, I love that. I thought it was a really good time. Plus, it being in the middle of Amsterdam, I didn't have to worry about being super polite. I mean, I've always been polite and helpful, I think. But not having to take any shit from people, that was very nice. I was allowed to kick people out of the shop if I felt like they weren't yeah, if there weren't people that we wanted to have in the shop, I was allowed to kick them out, and that was one of the best feelings in the world. Once had a undercover police officer tackle a lady inside our shop because she'd been stealing from the shop across the road. She was screaming. She'd "You're hurting me, I'm calling the police," and the guy was just laying half on top of her like, "I am the police." it was fun. She had a bag full of stolen stuff. Yeah, exactly. Given the boot, yeah, I've literally, we had, to, the shop was in Amsterdam, but in like the Amsterdam West, which is the area where it's a lot of mixed cultures, which is fantastic for like food and restaurants and shops and stuff. But it also causes some major culture clashes occasionally, and we at one point had two, I think they were like Moroccan boys or something, who were just like literally fighting. One of them had a big old bicycle chain links just swinging around, walking in the shop and trying to intimidate each other, and it was fantastic being able to kick those guys out. I still remember it fondly. Getting to a point where those guys are like, "Oh yeah, sorry lady, we'll be back later and I'll come buy something, sorry, to make up for it." Yeah. It's the joys of Amsterdam. We had one guy, we were close to the Vondelpark, and the Vondelpark is one of the more like eccentric areas. It's a park where, well, anything and everything goes really. People just it's a major touristy spot as well. Lots of runners and cyclists and people on rollerblades and stuff like that, roller skating. And one of our regular customers was a guy who is, or used to be, I think he passed away a couple of years ago. He used to be the the icon of the Vondelpark, because he always used to roller skate through the park in just nothing but a gold thong. He would just wear a gold thong. And he used to come to our shop. And a guy who he worshipped Our Lady the Moon. I once made the mistake of asking him about his outfit, because he always wore like, it almost looked like a harness. He had like big shoulder pads and everything, and he painted it all with it looked like acrylic paint, like really thick coats of like blue and black and swirls and stuff, and he painted it all over. And he used to wear these like puffy little shorts with tights underneath, almost like a court jester kind of outfit. And same with like a little hat, almost like Napoleon style, kind of like sideways thingy with and also painted again in blue and black. And I was always eating like a soft serve ice cream, like something. He was always licking an ice cream, and he came in one day because he liked to buy magazines from our shop. And I couldn't help myself. I asked him, said, "Look, I'm really impressed with how put together you always are. You've got this like immaculate like outfit, and you look fabulous. But I've never ever seen anyone dressed like you before. What is the background?" And he he started on the story of like, I think it must have been, he was put in the shop for about 20 minutes just telling me about how he worships his Our Lady the Moon, and that his outfit represents like the phases of the moon and all that. But yeah, love the eccentric people. That's always my favorite part of working in a shop, being able to talk with the people you wouldn't normally talk with necessarily, because they're either too out there, or you're like maybe a little bit intimidated because they look so different from everybody else. And, when you're in a shop, you actually get to have those conversations if they hang around. So I love that. Which is another reason why I think I would really enjoy having a hobby store. Because I'd be able to do things like host workshops and have like tournaments and talk with people who normally might struggle to talk to people because they're not sure how to start a conversation or whatever. It's yeah, pipeline dream. So secretly I'm hoping that my stream will take off and that I'll build enough of a following that I'll be able to have like a base level of customers already, because there's quite a lot of hobby shops in this area, so I'd be sort of entering a bit of a saturated market, or have to travel quite far to the shop every day. For a while I was thinking like, oh, I can just yeah, if I go to a shop that oh yeah, Warpstone, duh. That makes sense. That's a word that I recognize. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to have a shop. And, one of those things. Maybe one of these days. I guess it's the starting capital that is the main problem. Once you have that, you can. Because I don't really want to get myself into like mega debt just to be able to start a dream that might not pan out. What do you do for work? You say you were off at the moment, recovering from surgery, but... Lots of people say the best thing to get to stream going is a consistent schedule. I think there's a mini painter Discord, I guess. Oh, I may have to have a look at that. It's, I know it's a consistent schedule, because people get used to like hanging out with you on certain days, and I normally stream on Mondays and Saturdays, Monday evening and Saturday afternoon, but I really need to look at my actual stream, like my dashboard, and I suppose write a little bit about myself and add some information about when people can expect to see me on the stream, because it's not really fair to everyone to expect them to drop everything the moment I decide to stream. Pharmacy tech, chemist. Oh yeah, that's a lot of studying for that. That's not an easy job. Do you enjoy it? No, you don't enjoy it. God, how did you get into it? Seems like the kind of like career path that you'd have to be quite invested in before you before you started, because you have to go, like, did you not have to, like, study to, like, be part way on your way to becoming a doctor before you can go? You'd rather do IT for a utility company. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Why don't you? Would you want to do internal IT or IT service desk? Because that's two very different things. Because IT service desk sounds fun until you have to deal with people who think that turning a PC on and off means turning the monitor on and off. Two-year program. Okay, yeah, no, that's quite a big investment. No, okay. No, I was gonna say. I used to work on an IT service desk as well. I started off as front office administrator when I moved to England, and then sort of worked my way up in the company through the ranks, and ended up as a supervisor for the service desk. And I loved the guys on that team, but holy moly, that is a bloody awful job. It's yeah. I have a lot of respect for anyone who's able to do service desk job for more than a year or two, because it's tough. I need to get back to school for IT. Just been depressed recently. So, yeah, it's depression will kick your ass. I know all about it. So yeah, it's rough. It's really rough. What kind of school would you have to go to be able to go into IT? Because if you really if you love it, then it should be more, I guess, more doable to get into it again. Depression is horrible. It's one of the most difficult things to live with, because you can be absolutely fine one day and the next day feel like everything that you've done for the last couple of years has been an absolute waste of time, and nobody likes you, nobody wants you around. Just having no energy whatsoever. Ugh. I struggled with it for the best part of my life. It's been much better the last 10 years or so, but I do feel like feeling undervalued at work is not good for my mental health. Looking at 4-year programs, you could probably do it in about 2 with your current college credits. Oh, nice. Is it a financial thing that you don't do it, or is it just literally the depression, not being able to make yourself go through with it? Just a depression and feeling so exhausted after work. It's hard to keep that. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm very lucky with extremely supportive partner who, well, yeah, I don't know what I'd do without him, to be honest. He's amazing. No worries. Yep, and there are these boys. Oh, nearly in my lemonade, or cordial rather. painting handles, like some blocks or something to put things on. Stream script free. Oh. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's not what you want when you're watching a stream. Welcome back. Are you planning on... I mean, are you planning on doing anything with the IT course? So I feel for me sometimes it helps to just like book shit in, just get the ball rolling. But obviously that is a whole other ball game. So I don't know if that's something that works for you or not. Or yeah. For me, when I have something that I struggle with or that I'm not sure, I know I want to do, but I worry about, or I think I'm not going to be... Where's my... Yeah, if I'm worried about starting something, sometimes it helps me to just have that, like, in Dutch the phrase is een stok achter de deur, having a stick behind the door, basically, to sort of force yourself to to do things that you normally might not necessarily do. Eventually, you're in therapy right now, so once you're in a better place, yeah, that's a good shout. It's nice to have someone talk things through with you and give you some like handles to pull yourself up on or with. Because it's really freaking hard. Good for you though, being able to or actually like working on it and therapy and just because even that is hard to start that. It's really difficult. Yeah, it's gonna sound dumb, but you can be proud of yourself for doing that because it is really fucking rough. You don't really want to necessarily hear that from someone you don't know, but it's or maybe you do. It might be easier to hear it from someone you don't know. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of like perseverance and mental fortitude to realize that you need help and then asking for it and actually going through with it. Yeah, of course. It's one of those things that other people who don't suffer from depression just take for granted, being able to get up in the morning and just go do things. But if you're a little bit like me, even getting out of bed some days is a challenge. So it yeah. Hi, Layla42. Thank you for joining the chat. How are you this evening, or it might be morning or afternoon where you are? I don't know. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's my dog. You're wondering what he looks like? That's what he looks like. I'm not bad, thank you, Layla. It's one of those days where we're painting the day's frustrations away. It's been a rough day, so we want to yeah, we're doing something that we enjoy for the rest of the evening. So some painting first, and then later this evening I'm going to make myself a nice massive cup of tea or hot chocolate or something, and I'm going to watch the Great British Bake Off in bed. So that's my plan. You're good. It's afternoon for you. You're in full competition entry swing. What kind of competition? Warhammer painting? Golden Demon's just finished, so I don't imagine that was it, but... Or maybe it is. That'd be... So curious now. Petition by a fellow streamer and friend of Vela TV. You're currently deciding on if you should paint a demonically possessed orc or a Kitbash Nurgle Knight. Ooh, that is a difficult one. I want to say... Ooh, demonically possessed orc. Because orcs are... It is October, so... In case you needed... some more incentive. The theme is Halloween. Oof. Oh god. Okay. Hmm. Oh gosh. Are you leaning towards one more than the other, or? I'm already doing a mech shop diorama and a stomper for October. Okay, well you don't need to do the I would go Nurgle Knight then. If you're already got your fill of orcs for the week, or for the month rather. I'm doing a diorama challenge with some friends as well. I'll have to double check what the rules are again. Diorama challenge. There we go. You guys got to see my office address. It's funny. You're leaning more towards the night. just because there's more details, gore, and nicely. Ooh, that is good. I love a bit of gore. One of the first models I ever painted. I'm wondering if they're still here on the shelf somewhere. There were some like plague bearers, I think they were. Ow. And purely, I think I got them off eBay or something dumb like that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy some really cheap, shitty models just to have a look. And oh, thank you for the follow, Layla. Much appreciated. Just see what. Oh yeah, so we have the diorama challenge that we're having. Well, we need them finished by Christmas, really. We need 3 models, and they have to be of the order. The dome size for it with like little domes for the diorama, 13.5 centimeter. The theme is Grr, Realm of Beasts. So we're I've just seen. I don't know if that is if if that's you, I'll press smash. But your Boobies McGiggle shits just joined the party on the Black Dog Painting Discord. That's brilliant. One of your friends entered Golden Demon last week and she built a Squignado. Oh man, have you got any pictures? If you have pictures of it, I want to see them. If you wouldn't mind posting them on the Discord. I've got a work in progress and finished models thing. I'd love to see that. That sounds amazing. But yeah, for my diorama challenge, I'm working on. I've got some City of Sigmar dudes. So I painted this dude up to go in there. Oh god. But I need to pull him off his base, and that needs to be built and stuff. And yeah, that's you. I love the name. It would be fun. And this guy's arm needs to be glued on still. But yeah, we're yeah, I need to build a diorama on without destroying all of the models that are built and base coated next to me here. Yeah, this is the base that we camera. Little 13.5 centimeter base with a little glass dome on top, and we'll yeah, I may have to do some work on that on the stream, because at the moment, every time I'm in here and I'm painting, I'm streaming. So yeah, I guess I can use stream time for diorama time. It's the current competition. Nice, nice. Oh, he looks fun. I love that. Oh, the base is lovely. I do like that. I love a good base. Bases are so fun. It's one of my favourite bits about... Whoa, the Squignado. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my god. That is brilliant. Some people are so talented. I try. I know I'm not terrible, but I'm not gonna pretend that I'll ever be able to win a Golden Demon. It's not in the cards for little old me. I think, anyway. I've just looked down over my shoulder next to me here. My dog is currently on its side, laying with his back in his water bowl. His beauty and his grace. He's George Fluffy Face. You put any more up? The bread. You both started at the launch of 10th edition. That's not long. That's not long. I think when did I start? Probably about a year ago, I want to say. Yeah, no, similar to you then, I guess. I started painting because my partner was painting his minis. I was like, oh, I really miss painting that because at the time, or I remembered when I was 17 or so, I had a boyfriend in high school who also painted Warhammer. He had a bunch of like Bretonnian knights, and he had me paint one of his knights, and I loved that. I thought it was freaking great. But I hadn't touched it since, and I did used to like painting and drawing and stuff on paper. I spent a bit of time trying to get into digital art as well, but I'm too impatient, and I feel like I'm a bit too old to learn. I really just want. Yeah, I like the physical media. I miss not being able to touch what I'm working on, so when it's digital, it's not quite the same. But now that I have a stream, I do feel like I'm missing out on not being able to make my own emotes. Would be clever to. What kind of army do you have a specific army that you normally paint? I know this is a challenge, obviously. I don't presume that is your normal army, or if it is. Before I started painting the Scape and Tide box, I only really painted Sylvaneth, so it's a bit of a change for me having like metallics and stuff. You normally paint orcs and make your own minis out of spare parts. Oh, nice. No, I'm the same. To be fair, I was saying to Oprah earlier that I find it quite boring having to wait for other people's turns, and my attention span is really not what it used to be. So I just really struggle to like feel the engagement. So I just paint mostly. I feel like I might give the new like game mode a chance, because it does sound like Spearhead is a bit more idiot friendly. But yeah, it's normally Sylvaneth for me. I love my little tree dudes, they make me very happy, and it's so Sylvaneth is like painting for noobs, really. You can't really get it wrong, because they they're just wood. So as long as it's brown in various shades and stuff, you can't really get it wrong. So I would recommend anyone trying to get into Warhammer or into Warhammer painting to start with Sylvaneth, because it's so freaking easy to paint. And fun. They have some really cool models. I love, love, love the Sylvaneth models. Like, Alariel was such a blast to paint, and same with Drika or Drika Hamadreth. Really good fun to paint. Belthanos as well. I don't think I've ever really kit bashed or like built anything from scratch. It's I must admit I normally buy the kits and then my wonderful other half builds and primes them for me, because I know that again, my attention span isn't what it should be, so it's once if I can't immediately start painting, it's already too much effort. It's one of the reasons why we built our garage conversion, so that we could both be in here and paint and not have to worry about setting up first or anything like that, because it just takes so much of the enjoyment out of it if you're having to put everything away every time, or yeah. Have you decided yet what you're going to paint, or are you still umming and ahhing? Or, I don't know how much time you have before it needs to be finished. You could, in theory, do both. And choose when they're done, so you don't have to feel bad if you want to change gear halfway through. You can do that. Being fickle, me? Not at all. Yep, getting there. Shitty brush out. I have my nice hairbrush. About ruining my paintbrush. Hi Will, good evening. You're done for today. Gonna paint some more tomorrow. And look, you took Friday off mostly to relax. For painting is relaxing, so oh nice. Enjoy, have a good time, and thank you very much for joining the stream, and thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Are you off this evening, Will? I think you're not working. Yeah, they're getting there. I finished the first one. Look. I think I might touch him up still a little bit, but I also need to stop touching things. But yeah, they're getting there. I'm trying to be a little bit less precise with them than I normally am, because I'm such a finicky fuck that I just finish days this evening, switch over to nights. Oh god. So tomorrow is going to be shit day for you then, because you're supposed to be sleeping but you can't sleep. So yeah, that's it. If I got the bases done, then they feel a lot more finished. I need to put some texture paste on them, and then yeah, that will give me a lot more. Yeah, they'll feel a lot more done. Yeah, long 24 hours, I bet. How often do you switch over? Is it every other week or something like that, or? Four shifts a week, 2 days full. Oh, okay. Oh god, that's kind of crap. So I have to switch over so often. I mean, it's nice that you don't have to spend like 2 months in the dark. But it makes it hard to yeah, god. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'm just too old, maybe. No sleep pattern. No, that's what I thought. I'd not. Yeah, I'd be fucked, to be honest. It must be you young'uns being able to handle sleep patterns like that, or lack thereof, I guess. Because how old are you? Like 34 or something? Oh, you must be the same age as Nick, so 36 then. Or yeah, 36. Yeah. Well, that makes sense with school. I know it's only 2 years, but I feel so old always when I think about people who are like, I've got a couple. We have some new apprentices at work. Got nothing on. 77-year-old driving a forklift. Oh my god. I mean, I guess if they're still switched on. God. Now we have some new apprentices at work. And they're like 17. One's 18 and the other's just is 17, turns 18 next year. And just realizing that you're old enough to be their... Well, I'm old enough to be their mum, and it's freaking horrendous. Doesn't feel very good. 77-year-old driving a... Why is he not retired? I would be so freaking retired. Is he like Phil? Is he like Nick's dad? One of those people who can sit still for about the amount of time it takes to drink a cup of tea, and then has to be up and building a shed again afterwards or something. Looketh. It does make me laugh that some people are just wired that way. They just can't not work. He can't. He's from Zimbabwe. Got forced out of the country. Oh my god. So he can't. He just doesn't have anything. Fuck. Yeah. So he'll get. Does he even get a pension here? I know that's like £100 a week, so it's not exactly enough to live on, but. Some people really get dealt a shit hand. Here's one of those where like where you need one of those like American like charity like game shows where they find someone who really needs the money and they just give him a shitload of money for just existing and for being good people, hardworking people. Before you ask, yes, I did buy some, or I did order some matte varnish. It should arrive in the next day or two. Yeah, you could use it. Yeah, it's one of those things. It just feels horrible, doesn't it? When you know someone like that works really fucking hard. Especially like a company that you work for, like you'd think that with the amount of money they have, that they'd be able to do something for someone like that. But well, you don't get to that kind of position in the market without being a ruthless bastard. So let the 77-year-old work for until he drops. Are you up to much? Are you painting anything at the moment, or are you taking a break from painting? 12-hour shift at 77, yeah, wouldn't even be able to do it now, to be honest. Big respect for that guy. You're still working on your Skaven Spearhead, yeah? Well, you and me both, buddy. It's taken a while. Are you enjoying it? I gotta say, I am enjoying it. I find it very fun. I love the little rats. Obviously, I've only painted like 5 of the clan rats. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a bit of a like an assembly belt going for them to, so I don't need to. So no, I'll just paint one and then sit there and wait for things to dry, which is really stupid. I just need to get more things going at the same time, and then. I just need to practice damn shaky hands from all the coffee you drink to stay awake. Yeah, that doesn't help. Also, coffee never really helped me stay awake, to be honest. I just drink it because I like it, but I switched over to I allow myself 1 cup of normal coffee in the morning, and then it's decaf after that because otherwise I'll drink too much coffee during the day at work. And then when I go home, on the weekend I don't drink the same amount of coffee, and I end up with massive like caffeine withdrawal, hangovers, headaches. So I decaf after the first cup, sometimes 2, but that's usually if someone else has made me coffee and I'm not going to tell them, oh, thanks, but I only drink decaf after my first cup of coffee. It feels like a shitty thing to do. Yeah, but I like the reds. They are fun. They're very silly. Yeah, they're very silly. Why are they silly, you ask? Look at those faces. Look at them. Look at their faces. It's either coffee or energy drinks. Ooh. Yeah, no, energy drinks are a bad time. I used to like them back in school, but never as much as some of my friends who would literally like drink like 6 cans a day. Or even Holly, she still drinks a lot of Red Bull. I struggle with the smell of them now. I can't even do a Jaeger bomb because it's just very, very, very. Oh, my bloody thing even inside, isn't it? My dry brush. Pardon me. I'm gonna put some paste on those bases and just be brave and not hold on to them anymore. Like fine. Who needs to hold on to the side of the base? This dude has a skull on his base. Mushing some mush. Smushing some mush. That sounds a bit like a euphemism. When are you coming round again, Will, for Spearhead? good question. You finished work on Saturday morning this week? Well... I was going to say, that sounds like you're awake on Sunday. Let me just have a quick look. If I have anything on... I don't have anything on my schedule for Sunday, so I'm thinking that Nick probably doesn't either. And I reckon if he doesn't, he wouldn't mind. Hanging out. I will check for you. There he is. I did wonder. I thought he might be around. Wasn't sure if he was able to actually listen or comment because he was doing Mythic Plus. So your key's just finished. Yeah, I don't know if you realized what we were talking about or if you're able to hear what we were talking about. But Will is free this Sunday, in case you fancy some Spearhead. How did your keys go? Do not stick that in my water. How do you do, fellow Combat Patrol magazine receiver? Thor for some reason. Very weird. Well, bands out that I fixed this week is a healer one, which is kind of rough to be. Oh god, yeah. What do you have to heal her, or is it a like a dispel or something, or? Blood for the blood god time. Everyone gets a debuff that can either be dispelled or healed through. If it's removed by healing or dispelling, we gain a buff. If it expires, the mobs gain a buff. Oh fuck. I don't suppose it's a I was gonna say I don't suppose it's a poison, because you can... That takes well, good. That means that I'll be alright then on Saturday. Hopefully. Hopefully. You haven't decided what chapter you'll be painting the Space Marines. Well, you have time. Imperial Fist, that is nice. Nice and bright. And if it's the guide that I think it is, that's a good guide. Bloody. Why are you bloody? I might. This one is finished and it doesn't really lend itself very well to it because it's a shooter person, but I've got this. That like really stringy, the Uhu glue. I think I should probably try to make like blood drippies or something with it. Should also, what I should get is some UV resin. You didn't like painting yellow vehicles. I guess you might have enjoyed it. Did you sponge it or did you like brush it? Because I can't imagine anyone enjoying brushing a vehicle paint. Oh man, I just realised it's not Friday today. Ew. For a weekend. Yeah, I know. Just like... Weekend! Oh no, it's not weekend. It is my work Friday tomorrow, yeah. Not gonna lie, after the day I had today, I don't think I'd have much enjoyed another couple of days. Joined a Raven Guard scheme on Space Marine 2. It's a very dark scheme. Yeah, well, if you don't normally paint dark schemes, it might be a nice change. Nick? Will was wondering what you're doing on Sunday. Or rather, I asked him when he was going to come play Combat Patrol again, and he said that he's coming off shift Saturday, so we'll be mostly awake on Sunday. I guess that's probably where my whole idea of like, oh, it's nearly weekend came from. And then it really wasn't nearly weekend. Bear with, let me just finish up post-mortem dungeon chat. Okay. That sounds bad. Sounds really bad. Post-mortem dungeon chat. God. Right, I feel like I'm nearly there with these rat boys. Obviously I have to finish the bases still. I could do it with a dry brush, but I might just not, and I might just use some you tend to do darker schemes, so I might do a brighter one, just not sure. Well, the Imperial Fist is very, very bright. And that it is a cool scheme, the one that Nick, the guide is nice. It goes from holy moly, this is unbelievably yellow to this just looks really cool. What was the question? The question was, what are you doing on Sunday? Because Will is free and he can play Combat Patrol. It's not about Brita filters. You silly man. Yes. I thought it might be. Will, you've been conscripted. You are hereby summoned to Combat Patrol on Sunday. Either chicken or pizza or whatever. Oh, thanks, baby. I really appreciate it. I will wrap up soonish as well. Like in like 20 minutes or so that I can still watch a bit of that Bake Off. Because I still have 2 episodes. I'm one week behind. Bring the rats on the floaty dwarfs. Yes, do. Rats on the floaty dwarfs will... Yes, that would be nice. And I've got no idea what Nick's gonna play, but yeah, he can play whatever the hell he wants. If either of you are ever in the mood for Sylvaneth, you can always borrow my Sylvaneth and play with that as well. Speaking of Sylvaneth, we need to get Alariel back from your dad. Do you, it would be an interesting match, yeah. I have no idea what Sylvaneth can do, to be honest. Dog is dreaming behind me. It's really cute. It's really heavy breathing. Huffing. Deliberately did not say his name because it will wake him up, but... Right. I need to stop giving myself such a hard time. need to do something with these tubes. Tubes. Yeah, they're getting there. They're not too far off. Yeah, getting there. I kind of hate these little tubes on them. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really like them. Not really entirely sure what colour to do with them, and they end up all different colours, and it's just. I guess red kind of works. Yeah, I've been trying to do the sensible thing today and just have two on the go at the same time, so I don't need to. Yeah, so I don't. If I have colour on my paintbrush, I can just do both rather than. Million colours on my palette. I think I have like 4 colours on my palette at the moment, which I think is pretty good going. It's a bit of a wash or something. Super glossy knee. A bit better. Yeah, Will's been painting Escape in Time as well. Every day we're ratting in. Rats, rats, rats. We'll progress this week very much. I'll be doing some tomorrow before work. Yeah, I would. I mean, I feel like I've done more painting since I've started streaming than I have in the like whole year before that. Purely because it's like an extra incentive to paint. Yeah, it's just been. I mean, obviously, it didn't help that we only just got a puppy then, and yeah, that made things more difficult for me painting wise, and we had no painting space. But now that we have the garage, much better. The Warlock Engineer done this week, and then the Claw Lord. Yeah, I'm still not sure what I'm going to paint after this. I'm thinking the Claw Lord, but I might go for one of the other amazing models that I've got here, standing here, but I'm a little bit daunted by them. They're so big. So big. There's just the two of you left hanging out. I think I might call it a night as well, and because otherwise I'll end up sitting here until like 10 o'clock again, and it'll be late. We've made a start on the Gatling gun, but not too far yet. It's a rattling gun. It's rats. Is that built? It must be built somewhere, isn't it? It's just not primed yet. I need to clean these brushes. I need to make sure I take the No, babe, you're fine. Thank you very much. I had some other people hang out with me, and it was just a chill evening. It was nice for me to like recharge a bit because after the day I had, I am glad that it was it was nice, and I got quite a lot done. My rats are nearly done. I just need to finish the bases, and then I think all I need is just a little bit more. Maybe a few touch-ups here and there, but then I'll be, yeah, I really did need some decompressed time. It was, yeah, I can't remember the last time I had a work day that shit, so it's nice to be able to, yeah, chill for a bit, hang out, stream a little bit, do some painting. I'll have to, do some stream management on the weekend, I think. So hopefully I'll get my new emotes. I did order them. It's usually a few days, or it was a few days last time, so hopefully it will be fairly quick again. And then, yeah, that's it really. I need to make sure that I actually put like a stream schedule on my my Twitch page so that people know what I'm doing. I need to do all these things. Stream maintenance. So yeah. Anyway, thank you both very much for hanging out with me. And whoever the third person is, probably Duff, I imagine. Very much appreciated. And I will see you all soon, and I'll see you on Sunday, and I will be streaming on Saturday, so if you're not working, then do hang out with us. And yeah, see you all soon. Thank you very much for hanging out. Bye.